Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're jumping into a truly epic tale from the Mahabharata. It's a story packed with gods, kings, and one single, absolutely magnificent building that, believe it or not, would set a fateful destiny into motion.
So, how can one building change a king's whole destiny? Well, the answer, surprisingly, doesn't start with a blueprint or a foundation. Nope. It all kicks off with a really emotional farewell, one that sets the stage for something of cosmic importance. So, the story kicks off not with hammers and nails, but with a pretty emotional departure. The divine Krishna, you see, has been hanging out with his beloved friends, the Pandavas, for months. And now it's time for him to head back to his own kingdom, Dwarka. First things first, he goes to pay his respects to his aunt Kunti. And her words, they're just full of tears. It's not just a simple goodbye. It's this deep, profound declaration of her faith in him, in his divine protection over her family. I mean, this is a faith that's pulled them through some seriously tough times. And listen, this is no standard royal send-off. We're talking about the 5 Pandava brothers, all of them great kings and warriors in their own right, performing these incredibly humble services. King Yudhishthira himself is holding the reins of the chariot. You've got Arjuna fanning Krishna, and the mighty Bhima holding a parasol over his head. It's just this beautiful, moving display of pure love and devotion. So as they're finally saying their goodbyes, King Yudhishthira says something that just shows his incredible humility. He's basically like, I don't get it. Why are you so kind to us? It really highlights this deep personal bond they all share, something that goes way beyond just politics or power. Okay, so with Krishna gone, the stage is finally set for the real marvel to begin. The master architect of the Asuras, a guy named Maya, gets to work. And he is about to craft a hall of such unimaginable wonder that it's going to become the envy of the entire world. Seriously.
First off, let's just try to wrap our heads around the sheer scale of this thing. Maya measures out a piece of land that's 5,000 cubits on each side. To put that in perspective for you, that's roughly the size of 40 football fields. Yeah, this isn't just a building, it's a massive statement, a monument of truly epic proportions.
And let me tell you, this was no ordinary hall. This thing was a masterpiece of illusion and, celestial engineering. We're talking golden pillars, crystal stairways, a magical pond. It even had its own invisible security force. Get this, 8,000 powerful Rakshasas, these are fierce supernatural warriors, guarding its every single corner.
The grand opening? It was a spectacle totally worthy of the gods. You had Gandharvas and Apsaras. We're talking celestial musicians and dancers from the heavens themselves, coming down to perform. Picture this. In this incredible hall, surrounded by sages and kings, Yudhishthira looked just like Brahma, the creator, presiding over his very own universe.
Right into the middle of all this splendor walks a figure who can, get this, travel the cosmos with the speed of thought, the legendary sage Narada. But he's not just here to say, nice place you got here. Nope, he brings wisdom.
And Narada, he doesn't waste any time. He cuts right to the heart of what it means to be a king. He asks Yudhishthira about that delicate balance a good ruler has to maintain. It's really a timeless piece of advice, right? Don't let your money corrupt your duty, but don't let your duty stop you from being prosperous. And for heaven's sake, don't sacrifice both just for a little bit of pleasure.
Then he lays out the super clear, actionable list of the 5 big personal failings that can absolutely destroy a ruler. And what's interesting is, these aren't external enemies. These are the enemies within. The kind of stuff a king has to conquer inside himself every single day.
So Yudhishthira is justifiably awed by his incredible new hall. And it sparks a little curiosity in him. He turns to Narada, the cosmic traveler, and asks him about the assembly halls of the gods themselves. It's such a simple human question, right? It comes from a place of both pride and wonder. He's basically asking, hey, is my place as cool as theirs? And this one little question opens a portal, and Narada starts giving him a guided tour of the divine realms.
Okay, now this is where it gets really interesting. Look at this comparison. Indra's hall, it's all about light and joy. Yama's hall can literally travel anywhere and has anything you could ever want. But, and this is the key part, look at who lives there. Yudhishthira learns that while some great king gets to hang out with Indra, his own ancestors, including his father Pandu, are in the hall of Yama.
The tour ends at the top with the Hall of Brahma, the creator himself. And this place, it's just beyond description. It's constantly changing, it hangs in the sky by its own power, it glows from within. It's a realm of pure divine energy, and it makes even Maya's incredible creation look, well, kind of earthly by comparison.
So that whole tour of the heavens, it wasn't just sightseeing. It was all leading up to something. It was building to the real reason Narada showed up, a message about the fate of Yudhishthira's own father.
Your just here immediately picks up on that detail he noticed earlier. He asks, wait a minute, my father was a great and virtuous king, so why is he in the court of Yama, the lord of death, and not up in Indra's celestial paradise with the other great monarchs?
And Narada explains that there's a pretty specific requirement. To get into Indra's heaven, a king has to perform this ancient, incredibly powerful ritual. It's called the Rajasuya sacrifice. It's an act of such immense scale and piety that it basically sets a monarch in a class all by himself.
And there it is. The truth comes out. Narada is actually a messenger. King Pandu himself has sent a plea from the afterlife. He's urging his son to perform this great sacrifice. And the goal isn't just for Yudhishthira's own glory, it's to elevate his father's soul right alongside his own.
And this is where we see how a personal quest gets tied into something much, much bigger. This isn't just about family honor. The Rajasuya sacrifice is part of a grand divine plan to cleanse the world of all the corrupt rulers and bring back dharma, or righteousness. It's a mission that the gods, and especially Krishna, want the Pandavas to lead.
And so, here we are. A story that kicked off with building a magnificent hall has now led to this monumental challenge. That celestial hall, it turns out, wasn't the final destination. It was the launching point for a quest that is going to test the Pandavas to their absolute limits and set in motion the greatest war in the history of epics.
Thanks so much for joining us for this explainer. If you want to keep following this incredible story from the Mahabharata, make sure you like, share, and subscribe for more. We'll see you next time.